For those of you who are here, before we begin, I'm doing reciting a mantra that was taught to me by a man who was now an abbot in the Buddhist, and it's very healing, and it involves breathing, and as you breathe out and in, you recite this mantra, and the breathing and the words and the sound of the voice is the way that you see in this meditation. My name is Chris Glick. I'm one of the spiritual practitioners here at Ahiah, and I'm grateful to be here today to lead you in this meditation. So as you find your comfort zone, you could be driving, you could be in your couch at home, in bed, wherever you are, and you're here. Just relax into your comfort zone, and then just start being aware of your breath. And we can do the mantra for a bit, and then we'll go into more deeper. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. And now just take a deep breath. Breathe in and hold the breath for a minute. Not a minute, but a little bit. And then as you release it slowly and begin to feel as it goes through your being. Now just be aware of your breath. close your eyes, if you will. Your senses are alert as you breathe in and out. All of your senses are joining in support of the breath. The breath is all there is. The breath is the energy of life. Breathe in. Feel your lungs expand, receiving that life, that energy, that which we call Father, Mother, God, Buddha, Jesus, and so much more. That's all the breath. Breathing in all that comes forth, all that life is. Feeling your lungs expand as you breathe in, as you breathe out. You feel your lungs contract. Why is that? Your lungs are pushing inward that breath to all of your being, mind, soul, filling not only as you breathe in and as you breathe out, filling all the areas in your body, your mind, and your soul. Just allow that breath to be and notice. Tingling in your hands. Little color lights we call biophotons as your closed eyes allow you to see. Breathing in, breathing out, filling the mind, the soul, the body, healing. Feeling the tingling in the extremities, fingertips. If you take a hand and place it around your heart area, you join the breath and you feel heat. The heat is natural. It is manifestation of the breath. You feel the connection as heat, maybe tingling. And as you hold your hand there, you begin to feel something more than just the heat. It seems to be growing. And you see in your mind's eye something something warm. And it feels so good. And just hold it there. Hold your hand there. Feel that ball. That you're generating by allowing the breath. You can take that ball in your hand now, and you can move it anywhere, physically or virtually in your mind, and you can direct that. This is the breath, the power of God. You can move it to wherever you want. You may have a pain or a thought or whatever. You may be thinking of somebody you love. What happens? That cosmic fire expands. The heat of this we can call, as others have, it's the cosmic fire. And as you breathe, you start feeling so good. And now I want you to focus your gaze, open your eyes, and focus your gaze on my forehead. And just keep it there. And know that that cosmic fire is connecting with me, with you, and that when you love, you know this love, unbounded, can be a beloved pet, mother, brother, child, father. Just, we make that connection now. And in the mind, we know there is vibrational light. Just there, healing, in the presence of us. There is something more that we feel now. That's the God energy. Like a disk of golden light. Just meeting our light, blue light of connection through our energy centers. close your eyes, and that being that your love is just all there is what you see now in your mind's eye. And you feel that ball of light, the cosmic fireball that you created, now freely going through your entire being. And you feel something. You feel good. And this good feeling is your creation. By being connected in this way, each of us in love is where we are right now. I invite you to just go deep and now remember you are the angel, because God is. You are the healer. You are healed. And you just breathe and allow that ball of fire and that love and that remembering who you are. You are the free spirit that you remember as far back as you can. You may have been 4 or 5 years old, maybe 3. All this light was there. It still is. It's all here. We, you and I, in the presence of God, Spirit, we are the connection of love, in love, for love, to love, be love. And we just hold this. We are now one. We are love. Love is all there is. We are love. We are just love. If you feel, you may say this with me. We are love. 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 And as we begin the journey back to where we are, we open our eyes and we look at each other and we see these beautiful, beautiful faces. See some smiles. And when you say awaken into where you are, as we conclude the meditation, you open your eyes and you feel a little different, maybe a little better. You feel good. And you smile. And things look a little different. There's a lot of golden light now that you can be right in as you are. And we're ready to begin the service. So I want to thank you for allowing me to do this. Thank you. Namaste.
Turn the heat down too. Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to welcome you to Ahiah Center for Spiritual Living right down here in downtown Pasadena. We're in the Playhouse Village, just a block and a half north of Colorado Avenue. So right where the Rose Parade goes down, we're just a little bit north of that. And we have a lovely time planned for everybody here today. I just want to give a quick update on Reverend Mike, our associate minister. He is home. He fell and broke his hip a few weeks ago, yeah. And so he's home now, and he's resting, and he's healing, and he's doing all the things that he needs to do. So we're just holding him in love and in support and in prayer. while he recovers, and he might be watching us right now. So I want to say hi to everybody who's online today. We have Harris, who is at our teen camp. So the man who is normally sitting back there, as Reverend Mike says, slicing and dicing the electrons and moving them off the airways. He's in teen camp. He's a teen advisor for the North Hollywood Church today. And our own teens are at teen camp. So we sent 7 teens to teen camp. We have the most teenagers going to the winter teen camp in Southern California this year. And so that's a lovely statement of the love and the energy that this community puts into our youth. You know, it's just fabulous. I'm so grateful. And so I want to go ahead and say thank you to the people who are here rather than the people who aren't here today. And I'm going to start with our music program. Starting off with our guest singer today is Connie Rouse, and she has Karen Golan with her. And then our own Go to Sunday band, as Reverend Mike calls you, I think it is. We have Chris Glick, who is a practitioner here. You can tell because he's wearing his practitioner stole. By the way, Chris, I noticed your socks match. It was quite a nice combo. Yeah.
No more black socks.
Yeah, no, okay, all right. And then we have Leon on the bass and Brian on the drums. We also have some people who help throughout the audience or throughout the presentation here. We have Frederick, who is on the soundboard and running around turning lights and everything on and off. We have Jackie Owens along with Dorothy and Sandra back there. They're supporting us with as our ushers and our greeters. And then we have our youth program. The teens, as I said, are all gone, and the teen facilitators are up there. But we do have Susan Rios and Rachel here, who are taking care of any of the little ones that are coming in today. So I know Lyra's here, and we just hold them in our hearts. They're having fun back there, you know. I believe they're reading a story that has an old turtle in it. So we'll see. Maybe they'll come up and tell us a little bit about it. I'm not sure. Without Miss Lisa and everything, they may not. But we know that they're having a good time, no matter what. And so let's go ahead and get this party started here. And I'm going to go ahead and ask Connie to come up, and she's going to help us with our congregational. And so I'm going to have it here, the words here on the screen. I'd invite you to go ahead and stand. Well, go to a different slide. That slide.
Right. So this is fairly new, so sing along, even though you don't know it yet. Okay. Thank you for all I am. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for all you are. Thank you for all that is. Thank you for all of this. Thank you for stars in the sky. Thank you for all your life. Thank you for I'm grateful. Thank you for your love. I give thanks. Thank you, Elizabeth. I give thanks. One more. I give thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So we'll give Chris a moment to switch, or you're going to do it from there?
That's right. No, I'm going to switch.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Yes. Good morning, Ahiah. So I'm the practitioner today, and my name is Chris Glick. And today is a special day, blessed because you're here. And in Matthew it says, where two or more are gathered, there's a presence of Spirit. So just take a breath and know that God is all there is. God is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Because God is all there is, Spirit is everything. Life, breath. I breathe in God. I breathe out God. I am as God is. You are as God is. Today we celebrate this connection with Spirit. Bless Reverend Mike as he recovers. Bless Reverend Scott as the magnificent speaker today. Bless the musicians. Bless the sound man, Frederick. Bless all the ushers. Bless all the people here that make this service possible. And I give thanks for all of this. I give thanks for us being here together. I give thanks for being alive. And we release this. I release this to the law. God's law that just is and does. Knowing that it comes back manifest as everything we see, do, feel, hear, smell, taste, know. I give thanks for that. I release that word. And together we say, and so it is. So it is. Amen. I chose a reading today from the Science of Mind magazine. It's this month, but it was for January 2nd. So I'll read this. It's called Conscious Connectedness. The Spirit of God has made me the breath of the Almighty. Has made me the breath of the Almighty, gives me life. This is from Job 33.4 in the Old Testament. It is not enough to say that God is. The concept must be brought home to the mentality of the individual and unified with it in order to have it expressed. Ernest Holmes, Science of Mind, page 183. Looking at the time on my phone, I realized I only had 25 minutes to to make it through the security at Atlanta Airport before I would miss my flight, observing the massive line in front of me. I took a deep breath to calm myself and began to imagine the line moving faster. As I took in each breath, my rapid heartbeat began to slow, and I truly began seeing the people and life around me in this slow line. I recognized each person I saw and stood next to shared so much in common with me. Each person had an endless line of ancestry that provided them with their life experience. Everyone sought to go somewhere. And while I may see these people only one time in my life, during this moment I shared my breath with them as they did with me, just like we did this morning in the meditation. As I inhaled, I breathed in air that once resided within another person. In fact, this air I breathed may have once passed through the lungs of the ancient people who walked this land. May have been once in the lungs of animals no longer roaming this earth. Once was in the infinite depths of space. Now I breathed and exhaled, sharing the internal flame that I call the cosmic fire. That flame that shines within me with others. The breath connects us to everything. And if you want to find an incredible place to embrace a spiritual practice, visit LAX. Just arrive a little bit earlier than I did. Affirmation. With each breath, I find more strength, peace, and compassion. I use this strength to share this peace and compassion with the world. Thank you. Should I tell them?
Oh, that'll have to be a story for another time. Okay. And so I'd like to go ahead and ask our singers to come on up. And while they're doing that, we're going to just turn to the people here in the sanctuary with us and just wave to them. We don't have to hug unless you know each other and want to. But a nice Ahiah wave is a good welcome to each of the people that are here. And while you're doing that, I'm going to wave to the folks who are at home. You know, I recognize that with Harris out, we're doing kind of a different thing for the people who are at home. They don't get the television experience that they're used to with cameras flipping and, zooming in and zooming out and all that stuff that Harris normally does. So they get a more moderate view today. But I'm sure the sound is good. So we're going to sing a song. Well, we're not. You are. Take it away.
Thank you, Reverend Scott. Good morning, Ahiah family. Lovely to see you. Happy New Year. Yeah, I missed you. I missed you last month, and I hope that you had a peace-filled, blessed, and beautiful holiday season. It's good to be here with you today. I'd like to share a song that talks about hope and opportunity for the future. Some There's a land that I heard of once, and I lullaby somewhere over the rainbow. Skies are blue, and the dreams that we dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Oh, behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly. If birds fly over the rainbow, then why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, can't I?
Beautiful, Connie. Thank you. Somewhere over the rainbow. Absolutely. Oh. So the theme for January is a grand rising. A grand rising. And you know, every year, at this time of year, every year has a different flavor to it, don't you think? Every year that I've lived anyway, I get into January and my perception is that it's a new year, a new dawn, a new day, a new way of being. And there's a little anticipation that kind of goes along with it for me. You know, what's the year going to show up as? How is it going to be? Now, we're starting out with January as a theme of a grand rising. And the truth is that so far in 2024, I would say that that's been the energy that I've been experiencing, is that there is a grand rising going on around me. And I'm happy to participate in it. And, you know, right now at Ahiah, I've just been going, wow, I've watched as so much stuff has happened in the last 2 weeks. You know, we've had people in on Monday that cleaned out the previously known as the Enlightened Bookstore, and we are moving on to a new phase, recognizing that people don't look for books that much anymore in bookstores, you know, and instead we're going to be having the books for for our classes, but outside of that, we're going to be focusing more on gifts. So it's going to be I think somebody suggested Enchanted Gift Store, but we'll see what the team ends up deciding on. So we've got new energy flowing over there. We also had some of our practitioners in on the same day, and they were cleaning out the previously known as the admin office over there. Harris has moved upstairs, and now we're going to end up with a prayer room over there, which is nice because our old prayer room, you had to go down a really steep set of stairs to go down to that. So we'll have a place for our practitioners to be with people in prayer when they ask for it. And then, you know, there was wonderful energy here last week. We had our holiday party last week. We had, I can still taste that salmon that Deborah Thompson cooked up. Yes, it was good. And then we talked at the party about Adopt a Fund. We've got some energy coming up around our first fund that we're going to pick up, which is to beautify the courtyard. Adopt a Project, thank you. Barbara Bruner is leading that up for us, and so Adopt a Project, thank you, Barbara. And we're gonna kick off with that. And so we've got energy around beautification all over the place here. And then we finished off our pledge program at the end of last year. We had done our Awakening Abundant Living 4-week program on prosperity here during October and November. And part of that was a pledge program, but we left it open. We said we weren't going to close it till the end of the year. And so the final results of that was that we have 57 people that are pledging. That's more than our goal. And our the total pledged is 116,000, which is up from last year, which was 109,000. So we have an 8% increase in the amount being pledged. And so I want to say thank you for the support of this beautiful community that we have here. And so there's lots of energy. That's the point. I mean, these are just some data points, but there's so much energy going on. There's new energy in with the practitioners. We had a lovely meeting yesterday. And we also, I started up the financial freedom class on Tuesday. So this is an 8-week class, and we started our first week. And we were well supported with our practitioners. We have 4 practitioners in there bringing their consciousness to the discussion. And we have a nice group of folks that are learning about abundance and how to be more abundant in our own personal lives. And primarily, we were focusing on money, right? It's one thing about this church, we're not afraid to talk about money. Right? Money's not a root of an evil or anything like that. Money is just energy that we transfer around. And so the more energy that we have, the more good that we can do. And so one of the things that we talked about in that class was we talked about a process that we can use. Every last one of us use this process, which is just very simply, we recognize that our thoughts and our feelings and our beliefs and our intentions, that they all create into our life. Ernest Holmes says that our thoughts are basically reflected back into our lives. And so if we want to know what is, we want to know what we're thinking, we can look at our lives and say, somehow what I'm thinking, what I believe, what my intentions are, they equate to most of what I have in my life. Not everything. We live on a planet with 8 billion other creators, but most things that create, the things that we see over and over and over in our lives, those are ours. We're creating those. And so in this class, we talked about lack and limitation, that we don't want to be living in lack and limitation, that we want to live in abundance and prosperity, which is the truth of spirit. And so it's the truth of us. So what's getting in the way of that abundance and prosperity, what is showing up, the reason that lack and limitation is showing up is because of our beliefs. And so the process that I'm engaging in this class with them is is identify an area of lack in your life. And then think about what belief do you have? What belief do you have that could create that? Once you have that, now think about a different belief that you could hold. A belief that you could hold that would make you freer, right? Because that's whenever we are free in our lives, free from lack, free from limitation, free from shackles, free from things that are holding us down and keeping us from expressing the life of our dreams. When we're free of those, then we are truly, truly, truly free. And so we want to always look at these new beliefs, and if we look at an old belief and we look at something that we could believe, and we decide which one of these two do I want to believe, well, which one makes you more free? That's the one you want to have in your life, the one that makes you more free. And so, the question I have for you guys is we've been busy. We had a service a couple of weeks ago where we did a burning bowl out on the courtyard, and we were releasing ideas. We put things into that burning bowl that we didn't want anymore for 2024. But we also had a list of intentions, things that we wanted to embrace, things that we wanted to keep in our lives. And so my question to you is, what belief is it that you have right now that you're working on? What new belief are you bringing into your life, into your expression this year in 2024 that's going to make you more free? What are you guys working on? I'd be interested. If you say it in a few words, I'll repeat it so the people at home can hear it. Wealth, okay? Connection, working on connection, because that will make you more free. Health, As we are healthier in our lives, we are more free, aren't we? I heard a different one. Decluttering, yes, that's one of my favorite ones. As we take and get rid of the clutter in our life. And what is examples of clutter? There's physical examples. There's physical examples of, I can't put another thing in my closet, right? Or the garage doesn't have room for any cars, right? Those are definitely, examples of clutter. But we clutter our life too, don't we? We do things that don't have any purpose, really. They just take up time. We've cluttered our life with those things. Right? Doom scrolling on Facebook might be an example of that. Maybe, maybe not. I'll leave that up to you, right? But, it's something we get to choose. We are a choice 100% of the time. We get to choose. So for me, one of the things I'm working on in my life is time right now. I'm just re-looking at my relationship to time. What do I believe about time? Do I believe that I have all the time that I need? Or do I believe that I am hurried along, that I don't have enough time? And if I believe that I don't have enough time, do I believe that because I don't believe I have enough help, right? That there's nobody helping me? Or could I believe and be more free if I believe that Spirit supplies all the help I need to do everything that I need to get done? Right? How can I make a belief that will make me more free? That's the question that I'm asking for you guys. I'm answering it too, right? I'm doing this work. We're just doing it together as a community. So, the talk title of this today is, It's a New Day. It's a new day. That's a beautiful thought, isn't it? So I'd like to ask Connie to come up for a second. I've got Chris and Connie. And there's some lyrics that's in a song, right? I'm going to let them play the song. I think you'll know it.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
Yes. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Isn't that the definition of a grand rising? I'm feeling good. Well, to get to that feeling good part, what I have to start with, excuse me, is I have to start with it's a new dawn. It's a new day, right? And we're right now, we're on that part. It's a new day. Today is a new day. Now, tomorrow is another new day, right? But tomorrow is a special day, isn't it? Because tomorrow is our celebration of Martin Luther King Jr., the life that he lived, the things that he brought into expression that are here alive and well in this country, thoughts and ideas that had never taken root before. And so we celebrate him. That's a heck of an accomplishment, isn't it? How many people in the United States do we celebrate by giving them a holiday? Not many. And some of them we're taking it away for good cause, right? No more Columbus Day, right? For instance, there's good reason for that. But Martin Luther King, that is a good day, right? It's a new day. That's the day he believed in. In the newsletter, I put in there a quote that's showing on our screens for here. Sorry, at home you're not getting the screens like normal, but for here, the quote is, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenges and controversies." Challenges and controversies. Where do we stand in the times of challenges and controversies? You know, when things are easy, I'm not even standing. I'm sitting on my couch, laying back. Life is simple. Life is easy. You know, everything just rolls to me. The refrigerator's right there. The TV's over there. You know, life is easy, isn't it? And in our life outside of our home, it's kind of similar. In those good times, there's just nothing that really it gets under our skin. Nothing that's happening. We are just living a good life. But sometimes there's controversies. There's challenges in our lives. And I will agree with Martin Luther King. It is a measure of a person, a man or a woman, a child too, of how do we deal with controversy? How do we deal with challenges? And Martin Luther King, I would say, took on some of the biggest controversies and the biggest challenges of his day, and he rose up. A grand rising, man, that is true of him. And he brought to us ideas that are still here, still alive and well. These ideas, he believed, he had faith in this idea of nonviolence. We all know that, you know, it's easy to go to violence when there's controversy, when there's challenge. And when we do, it makes it messy. Every last time, it's a messy mess. But if we stick with nonviolence, if we stick with love, if we stick with this idea of nonviolence in our life, in the way that we live in the world, in the way that we as a society go forward, then real change happens. Not always for us. I want to just acknowledge that Martin Luther King died by assassination. He died by assassination on April 4th. And so we're coming up on a time that we call Season for Nonviolence. This is 64 days where we want to focus on nonviolence. It starts on April 30th, which is the day that Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated. And it goes through to April 4th. And so we have 64 days where we can look at how nonviolence can live in our lives, can live in our society, can be the answer to our solutions. We have a whole nother 300 days where we can focus on violence if we want, I guess. We don't want to do that, right? But 64 days we're going to hold special. We're going to hold it special, and we're going to take nonviolence into our lives. So I know that Reverend Mike had planned a program around nonviolence, so I'm going to, we're giving him some time to heal. Before I get, he's got a couple more weeks, right? But I'll be checking in with him. We have some practitioners that can fill in also. So we'll figure something out for a program around nonviolent communication, the season of nonviolence. Another thing that I think Martin Luther had, and he had it deep, is he had faith in God. He had faith in the goodness of spirit. The goodness of spirit. And the goodness will always overcome evil. Is there evil in the world? Yes, absolutely there's evil in the world. We see it all the time. Is the evil got more oomph to it than the good? Absolutely not. Why? Because the good that's in the world is created out of the love and the peace and the joy and the kindness and the expansive prosperity that God is. And so that will always overcome. That power that God is will always overcome everything else. Martin Luther King had a saying about faith. He said, faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Faith is taking the first step even when I don't see the whole staircase. What does that mean? Well, I think that, at least for me, I guess you could tell me if this rings for you too. But there was a time in my life when I had to plan everything to the last detail. I had to be in control of everything that was happening in my life. And by being in control, then I could make sure that I went from spot A to the defined location that I was planning on landing, spot B, and to me, I was getting there in the shortest route available, right? Just straight line, A to B. Now, problem with that is, well, you got to be in control then. Does that ring a bell for anybody? Yeah, we have to be in control. And when we're in control in that fashion, you know what we keep out of our lives? We keep God out of our lives. We keep God out as the solution to our problems because we are in charge. Gosh darn it, it's going to go and it's going to happen exactly the way I've planned. Well, I found this philosophy 20-some years ago, and I started to change my mind. And as I've grown in this teaching, the thing that I've grown on is I've grown on knowing that Spirit has a plan. Not that this is not about Spirit's got a plan for you and you better, toe that line. That's an old way of thinking. But Spirit does have a plan. It's based on the infinite intelligence that it is, and it's also based on what you have input into God through your thinking. What you're thinking about, what's your intention, what are your beliefs? Spirit is going to line up a set of events. He's going to bring in He was an old way of saying that, yeah. It is going to pull into my life the people, the places, the conditions that are required to meet that plan. It's co-creation. I set the direction. Spirit pulls out the plan. Phew. And everything works well as long as I get out of my own way. Now, we can have faith in a few things, right? And here's the thing. If we want to let go of that control, if we want to let go of our plan, if we want to allow Spirit to have its way in our life, there's a few things that we need to have faith about, just like Martin Luther King. First of all, we have to have faith that God exists, right? I think you're probably in that camp. Why? How do I know? Well, because you're sitting in the sanctuary and you're watching on TV, right? Most people who don't believe that are not here. But if you're questioning, because what gives us the right to say that there's God, that God exists? Well, I have plenty of reasons. There are so many indirect reasons why I can point to the existence of God. I could spend many Sundays, and I often do, talking about why God exists, why I know that God exists. But one thing that I can't do is I can't point to the big guy in the sky, right? There is no big guy out there. There is no person there to point to. So we have to infer the existence of God. And so that takes a little bit of faith. Second, we need to know that God is good. God is good all the time. What that means is that there is no power for evil that is challenging the Spirit that I know. So we don't quite believe in some of the things like the devil. We don't teach the devil's existence in this church because there is no power that is on the level of Spirit that is out conniving against you. That's not true. Not at the level of Spirit. Maybe you have some people who are evil in your life. There might even, just like there are angels, maybe there are demons. I don't know, but there is nothing that is out there that creates the way that Spirit creates, because Spirit creates everything, right? So there is nothing as powerful as Spirit. There is nothing that Spirit can't overcome, and because God is good all the time, what it creates fundamentally is good. And then we need to understand that our thoughts are things. When I was at Redondo Beach, I spent a couple of months there. They had a really lovely congregational song called My Thoughts Are Things. It still plays in my head sometimes, Those congregationals, they can get into your mind and they just stick, which is a good thing, right? It's a good thing because those remind you, like the one this morning, to be thankful. I give thanks. And so these are things that we have faith in, and because we have faith, we can let go of that plan. We can let go of having to have control. We can let go of needing for things to show up the way we want them to. Right? Oh, I remember that need. It was in my bones, deep in my bones. The need to control. It was the way that I put order into my life around me. And that, I recognize that as a very fundamental driver in my life, the need for order. We all have a driver, right? I hope that you've identified what yours is, because it helps you to understand why you're creating what you're creating. That's all. So the need to have a plan, we can put that aside. And when we put that aside, what we're saying is we do not need to see the entire staircase. I can take a step. I can take the next step, which is how Spirit works in my life anyway. I never know the whole thing anymore, but it's okay because I know the next thing. And that's all I need. I just need to know what the next thing is. Now, having a plan actually does help. Why does it help? It helps because it gets your behind off of the couch, right? Taking that next step. That's where it helps. Where does a plan hurt? When you have to have the whole thing planned out. It's a dance. This dance of a plan that is going to help us is a plan that just gets us moving, one step at a time. So, how do we make this? It's a new day. How do we make that new day a good day? Right? That's where we're headed, right? What was the last slide in that song? And I'm feeling good, right? We want our plans, we want our methods, we want to have our practices, our spiritual practices, all moving us towards that goal. I am feeling good. And how do we do that? Well, I'm going to tell you a way. There's many, many ways, but I'll tell you one way. I first saw this from Reverend Valerie Reeves. She was the senior minister down at Huntington Beach Church of Religious Science at the time. And she came to Redondo Beach, where I was, and she gave a little workshop. And she got up there, and she said, she's big with her hands, right? She's like, "It's the best day ever." And I went, wow, that's a lot of energy. But, I still remember it. That's been 6-7 years ago. So I don't know if I need to go, "It's the best day ever," or not, or if I could just say, "It's the best day ever." How about that? How about we go with that? It's the best day ever. That's a secret. That's a spiritual practice in and of itself. Every day, if we wake up and the first thing that we tell ourselves is that today is the best day ever. What does that do? It opens us up to accepting all the good that God has already given us. It's opening us up to expect, to have an expectancy on life that our day is going to go well. It's the best day ever. And so today is the best day ever, and then tomorrow it's another best day ever, and we just keep going. How many of you guys remember Reverend Karen Frost? She was here, for about 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, she left about 3.5 years ago to go to Oklahoma City. Well, she's actually taken this up. And so if you're interested, you can go to hashtag, what is it exactly? It's Best Day Ever Movement, right? Yeah, Best Day Ever Movement. If you point that, if you put that into your browser, it'll take you right there. So you can see what she's been doing with that. By the way, Reverend Karen got married again, got remarried. Down in Oklahoma, she found Elle as her new partner. And she now goes by Casey Taylor. Taylor's her new last name. And so Reverend Casey Taylor, she's going to be here in May, at the end of May. She's going to come and she'll be doing the talk here on that day. And we might even ask her to do a workshop. We'll see what happens with that. So best day ever. You know, that is the reason that works. Why does that work? The reason it works is because of the law of attraction. How many of you guys have heard of the law of attraction? Yeah. The law of attraction, it's one of the most famous things that we teach in this new thought. It's gone all over the place. I would say Joel Olson even talks about the law of attraction, right? And so, in his own way, right? It talks about it a little bit different than we talk about it, but in his own way, he's talking about the law of attraction. What is the law of attraction? Very simply stated, it's right up here on your screen. We will attract the people, places, and conditions to maintain our current level of consciousness. Our current level of consciousness. And what is our current level of consciousness? Well, you know, you can check it out by looking around, seeing who are the people, places, and conditions that are being called into your life. And if you don't like those people, don't like those places, there's nothing bad about the people, right? They're just people. But if you want different people to show up in your life, you want different places to show up, you have different conditions that you want in your life, then what do you have to change? You don't change the people, you don't change the places, you don't change the conditions. What you change is the cause for the people, places, and conditions, which is the current level of consciousness. And so one simple way of doing that is to expect more good in your life. It's the best day ever, right? That's what we want to do. We want to bring into our awareness that life is always, always, always moving us forward in joy and confidence and ease and moving us in the direction so that today shows up as the best day ever. That's what Spirit always wants for us. And what do we have to do? We just say yes. That's what we want to do. So we say yes, and we say it with confidence because we say it with faith. We say it knowing absolutely that this life that Spirit is, that's the way it works. That's the way it creates in our lives. And so once we understand that and we put ourselves into alignment with our good, it will show up. We can be confident of that. And so I have an affirmation for us. Harris put this together before he went to teen camp. So it's showing up on our screen. Let's read that together. I confidently step into this new day. Let's say that again. I confidently step into this new day. And so as you go out into your week, I have a few suggestions. First of all, those 4 steps out of financial freedom, that process, you know, look for the things this week that you don't want in your life. Then look for the reason why it's showing up. What is the belief that is causing this to show up in your life? Then look for a new belief. And when you put those 2 beliefs next to each other, you ask yourself, which 2 of these beliefs makes me more free? Which one makes me more free. And go with that one. And then step 4 is look for the demonstration of that new thought in your life. Allow it to show up however it wants to show up, because one way we say no to the good that God is giving us is we say, I want it my way, right? It has to show up this way. If it doesn't show up this way, I don't want it. So we're going to let that go as a spiritual practice. We're going to let it go. We're going to open ourselves up to the divine. And then take the first step without seeing the entire staircase. It's okay. That's the way Spirit tells us how to go, is it just gives us one step at a time. Go look up Best Day Ever movement. And if you're a little confused, it's okay. Just let Spirit guide you. Thank you. Namaste. And so Chris is just going to play underneath this prayer as we anchor in these ideas with a little bit of prayer, knowing absolutely that this life, this power, this presence that we call Spirit, we know that it is everywhere present. And that it is all good all the time. It is unchanging in the way that it shows up to us. Always it is the love and the peace and the joy, the harmony and the wholeness that God is, and the absolute prosperity. And so as that is the truth of Spirit, I know it to be the truth of myself. I know it to be the truth of each person here today. I know it to be the truth of the people who are online with us. And I know it to be the truth of everyone, that we are, each and every one of us, an individualized expression of this divine presence, that we, therefore, are the same love and peace and joy and abundance that God is, that as we align our lives with that which Spirit is, the power that God is moves through us and as us, we become divine distributors of all of God's good. And so it's from the place of knowingness that I speak my word as the truth of myself, the truth of you, truth of all life. Knowing absolutely that this love that God is moving through us and as us. It's in the connection that we feel with each and every person that's around us. It is in the fiber of the universe, this divine acceptance. That means that Spirit knows us with infinite love, that it accepts us for exactly who we are. It is the grace that God is. And in that grace, I get to move forward. Move forward with the plan that God has. Not as a commandment, but as a way. A way that moves us forward and holds us up high. And it's the answer that is best for everyone around us also. It comes out of the infinite intelligence and wisdom that God is. It comes out of the peace and the joy that God is. It comes out of the prosperity and the abundance that God is. And so I can let my plan go. I can take the next step as it's being provided by Spirit. And I can have the expectancy on this life that just says that today is the best day ever. The best day ever. And I can live in that knowingness. I can rest in that knowingness. I can just recline on my couch in that knowingness, knowing that absolutely that as I move through life, doing all that I need to do, that all the abundant resources of the universe are right at my touch. And for knowing all of that, I just give thanks. And I release this prayer to the law, knowing that it's already fulfilled in the mind that God is. And I say life and God are good and very good. Together we say, and so it is. Amen and amen. So now is the time for our conscious contributions, knowing that anything that is given here goes towards all that we do, all the good that we do, whether it's here on Sunday, whether it's with our youth out in teen camp, whether it's here through the week and all the things that we do. And If you're here today, there are offering envelopes that are in the pews. You can just put your offering in there, put your name on it so that we know who it comes from. It always is nice to know who is contributing here at Ahiah. If you're online, there are 3 ways to give. You can give by going to our website at ahiah.com/donate, or you can text the word give to 616-229-2225. And then always, as always, you can always send in a check to Ahiah at the address showing on your screen. And I just want to say thank you to all the people who leave me notes and leave me cards and just brighten my day with those cards. So I want to say thank you for that. So however you're giving, let's go ahead and say this blessing together. It's showing up on your screen. Let's read it together. This gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy, confidence, and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving as I now share my gift with life. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And so it is. Amen and amen. Connie, you guys have another song for us, I think.
We do. Thank you, Reverend Scott. Love that message. Thank you. I have my, of course, my dear friend Karen Golan here with me. We're going to do a song called New Beginnings. Well, I know you've been through more things than most, and it always seems as though it'll never get any better. But there's something you should know: you're never alone. No matter how it all began, it's not how it has to end. 'Cause I believe in new beginnings. No matter what they say, yesterday is over. It's over, and though tomorrow can't be promised, today's a brand new day, and love lasts forever, forever. I believe, I believe in new beginnings. And I know you've been hurt before, and you don't want to try no more. Said you already closed the door to that part of your heart, but you can love again. In time your heart will mend. Before it's all over, you'll be doing fine. 'Cause I believe in new beginnings. No matter what they say, yesterday is over. It's over. Though tomorrow can be promised, today's a brand new day, and love lasts forever. Forever. I believe. Yes, I believe. I believe in new beginnings. I believe. Hey, yeah. I believe in new beginnings. I'm living in yesterday. New beginnings gonna come my way. It's what I believe. And you ain't got to be feeling down. New beginnings gonna come around. Don't you believe? Said I ain't living in yesterday. New beginnings gonna come my way. It's what I believe. And you ain't got to be feeling down. New beginnings gonna come around. Don't you believe? Said I believe in new beginnings. No matter what they say, yesterday is over. It's over. Though tomorrow can't be promised, today's a brand new day, and love lasts forever. Oh, I believe. I believe in new beginnings. I believe in new beginnings. Yesterday is over.
endings. No matter what they say, love lasts forever, forever.
That's a great message. I believe in new beginnings because it's the best day ever. Absolutely. All right. So thank you, Connie. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, band. And so I'm not sure if we're going to have the youth come up today because most of them are at teen camp. And so we'll go ahead and do an announcement. I'm going to apologize to the people at home. I don't have Harris queuing that up, so you probably won't be able to hear this one, but we'll go ahead and do it anyway.
Hi everyone, Reverend Jane here. I am so excited because I'm coming to Pasadena and I'll be in person at Ahiah Center for Spiritual Living on February 4th. And that afternoon, I'll be doing a workshop from 1 to 3 p.m. called Life Visioning, Transform from Within in 2024. So I hope you will come, and I'd love to meet you and experience a powerful process for tapping into your inner divine wisdom and getting that really deep inspiration and sense of purpose and clarity to guide your life in 2024. I have been working as a coach with people all over the country to help design their life in a way that meets their deepest needs and desires and helps to make the world a better place. So let's have some fun together. I'll take you on an inner journey and give you some practical tools to really live into that. So hope to see you then.
So, Reverend Jane, who is one of our staff ministers, she lives in Albuquerque, so that's why we don't see her regularly at the church. But she will be here. She will be giving a workshop, and I think it'll be great if we support her in that workshop. And I think that the material she's going to bring is great for us. So that is the first Sunday in February. Then we have other things going on. The financial freedom class, our second week, is coming up on Tuesday. So if you still want to join, it's not too late. But after the second week, it's closed. We don't allow new people in. And then this week on Wednesday, we have Tom Rossi back. He sang for us a couple of months ago. He's doing a regular music healing service. He does it every few weeks on Wednesday. And I just enjoy the heck out of it. I really enjoy it. So he does some different instruments. It's all meditative type of music. And then we do some breath work and everything along with it. So it's great spiritual practice to help you to get grounded. So that is Wednesday from 7, starting at 7 o'clock right here. It's in person. And then the 21st, next Sunday, a week from today, we have the kirtan going in the afternoon. So that's at 4 o'clock. We're going to actually be having the kirtan in February at the 1 o'clock time. So, you know, we've been setting it at 4 o'clock to allow for other people to show up and come that are doing other things. But we're going to do one next month that is at the regular 1 o'clock workshop time. And then we have Marcia's teaching treatment and meditation. This is a wonderful class. If you have had foundations or beyond limits, then you are prepared to go into this class. It's going to teach you how to do treatments, which is our form of prayer, and teach you how to do meditation. So in support of your own spiritual life, your own spiritual practices. So that's going to be on Wednesdays and at 6:30 to 9, starting on the 24th of January. And then on the 28th, we are having Reverend Larry Smith. If you've been around here for a while, Reverend Larry used to be part of our church. And she's coming in, and she's going to be doing a workshop, and this is called Canvas of the Soul. It's a way of learning how to use art and use different methods to really bring meditative intention into your life. And then we're going to have on the 11th of February, we're going to have a community meeting. And on the 12th, which is the Sunday, maybe I've got the wrong date for one of these, because they're both on Sunday. This is that. Okay, so this is a class that we're going to starting on Mondays. It'll be 4 weeks. It's based on Quaking of America, and it'll be led by myself and Reverend Jane, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that class. It's you can go to ahiah.com/classes to get more information about that. And we'll have some flyers printed out in the back too. And then don't forget bingo. We're about a month away from bingo now. So on the 17th of February, we're going to be doing bingo right here in our fellowship hall. It's on a Saturday from 1 to 5 o'clock. There's $1,400 in cash prizes. You get 40 chances to win with your $25 that you come in. So there's 10 different jackpots plus that the 40 chances go with. And then there's a couple more extra jackpots that you buy tickets for. So lots and lots of good money to be had here. I would definitely be playing if I was not helping with it, but I'm going to have to get my husband to come in and play for me, I think. So anyway, buy tickets for yourself, buy tickets for your friends. It all goes to support our youth going to teen camps and other things that they're doing here for our little ones too. And then feeling like you're going to volunteer, I've got Jackie Owens is going to come up and just say a couple of words about that.
Good morning. I am the Director of Volunteers here at Ahiah currently, but on the 25th, we are going to have a workshop, and I invite all of you to come in and listen to become a part of the Ahiah family, to find your interest, something that will give you new life, new joy, and to just come and be a part of this family. We have all kinds of ministries and committees here at Ahiah, and most of them only 1 hour a month. So we would love to have you come out and be a part of our family. Come and listen, and we'll gladly welcome you into our family. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jackie. And by the way, I see Mindy in the back row back there. So because Yvonne volunteered to be our Zoom room person on the second Saturday, or the second Sunday, of each month, that allows Mindy to be here. And so I'm grateful to Mindy for all the time that she's spent doing the Zoom room, and I'm grateful to people who are stepping up to help her out. We have prayer and conversation every Tuesday. We have book study on Wednesday. That's wrong. Prayer and conversation is Monday through Saturday at 9 o'clock. The book study is every Tuesday, and the healing circle is every Wednesday. And we have wonderful practitioners here today. We have Chris Glick here, and we have Jackie was just back there. I see Myrna in the back. And I want to just invite Myrna. We have a Myrna, and now we have a Myrna. Myrna, would you come up, and we'd love to say hi. Myrna is, she's not a new practitioner because she's been a practitioner at another center before, but she's new to the Ahiah family. She just joined us officially yesterday. So I just want to say thank you and just have an opportunity to have you say a few words.
Wow, this is a totally different view from here.
Over here, otherwise I won't see you on the camera.
Okay. This is a totally different view from here.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. So I am feeling so welcome being here, and thank you. Thank you for opening the doors for me to be able to continue to grow and expand and It's a new day. I have been studying science of mind since 2004, and I just love to take classes. In fact, I want to take your class on finances.
Tuesday.
Yes, and so what else can I say? Thank you so much for welcoming me into the church.
Yes. Thank you for saying yes. Absolutely. So our practitioners are always available after service for 3 to 5 minute miracle prayer right here in the sanctuary. Or if you want to contact them for a more extensive connection with them, there's contact information on our website. Just go to ahiah.com/ I think I have a phone call coming in. There we go. / meet our practitioners, and it'll have the contact information for you. And then we have Ministry of Prayer. You can go to ahiah.com/prayers and fill that out. Only the practitioners and the ministers at Ahiah ever see that. And we have a weekly dial-a-prayer that gets updated every week. It's a reading and a prayer that just is meant to help you with any time that you're feeling a little bit down. That's a great way of picking yourself up. So we have a congregational. I'm going to go ahead and ask our singers to come up and do our last song.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Beautiful. So we have our benediction here on the screen. Let's say that together. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in all of my affairs. I accept it. I am it. And I share it. Just the way it appears and just the way it appears not. Thank you, life. Amen and amen. It's been lovely being here with you guys today. I love each and every one of you. I love to see you back in our fellowship hall. You can have a little bit of coffee. And I hope to see you next week. Thank you and namaste.